Hello dear, I'm leesusss. Welcome back to Sevtech. Today we're going to do some mining and some farming. And in fact, this guy here he's not actually working with some products of farming. This is barley, which get out the way, buffalo. The barley, unfortunately, I've not been able to grow yet, but I've been collecting it from outside to get more flour and therefore boost up my grain nutrition. I've been making tasty sandwiches, which use any old meat and some bread to make something a little bit better. These ones here, see, they're not bad. However, you've got to be careful. A lot of meat, in fact, even this cooked bat meat I managed to find here, the poor bat managed to cook himself in some lava, is better for you than this in terms of nutrition. Yeah, in saturation. It's just that this is a good way to use up less good meat, like, for example, say, chicken. Okay, now, before we go and do some farming, let's get a quick sit-rep of how we're doing in general for developments in this age of modern marvels. So I know that you simple people out there get a little scared by new innovations, your simple primitive brains, like me. But this, don't get worried, this is a door. Okay, and over here we saw them using earlier. These are gates, and they work. They work a little similar to the dirt I was putting in before to block the passage of any monsters through here. But they work a lot better. I know it's silly, but I really missed these things from here because you couldn't make them before in the depths of Age 0. You can only make them in Age 1, and things like this. They do say you don't know what you've got till you've got till it's gone. This really is. Just having doors and things like a massive improvement. The crafting table as well. Until I've been so used to using the crafting stump that I didn't realise until recently I can actually make multiples of things. Make multiple, I can make multiple torches, very easy to do, but I couldn't make multiples of anything really with the crafting stump. You had to do one at a time. And I was making one at a time on this as well until I realised, you know what, you don't have to. And even things like, let's have an example on here. Oh, barley seeds. Where do I get those from? Can I not find them in the wild? Don't know. When you've got sometimes when you've got a selection up here, like, let's find another alternative. Let's find door. Let's look for doors. There we go. Different sorts of doors. Olive doors, fir doors. They look different as well. That's kind of cool. The fact that here you can press the plus to move the items from your inventory up to here. I'd forgotten you could do that. And it's kind of a nice little advancement. Just to, not just to have new items to build, but to be able to do things like that that you'd forgotten because you've been so busy doing things in a basic fashion for so long. But enough of my drivel. Let's go and look at farming. Farming's the easiest part of what we're going to talk about today because it's very, very familiar. In the past, the only way I could farm was to, was to be lucky about where the farming patches already were. Yeah, I couldn't just do farming anywhere at all. Now I can make hose and things, which is kind of nice. I still can't move water though. That's the problem. Come on, game, don't lag like that. So over here, I've just been digging channels to let the water flow through from the river over here, which actually leads into the sea. Goes across that way. I'm just planting things out, and the rules are about the same. I was worried that maybe water wouldn't move as far through the soil as before. Here's some rice growing, but it is. It's all working as what you used to. The water will pass through 4 blocks. Squid, don't bother my vegetables, okay? So cutting every 8 channels, every 8 blocks will give you a couple of channels and get your vegetables growing very nicely. These are grapes. I think I've done something slightly wrong with these. I think they need something else because they've not grown beyond this. But grapes aren't super important yet, so I'm not worried about those. This is hemp. I know I'm going to need a lot of hemp soon as I get towards the industrial stuff. So, any hemp seeds? No, just normal seeds. I really want more hemp seeds. Be quiet, zombie. You're in here somewhere. And I have so much food right now. I don't need any more food. I really don't. I've got that. I've got carrots growing, potatoes. Farming is fine. Certain things still can't be planted. I've got tomato seeds and things I picked up from the wild that I can't do yet. But it's all very, very easy to do. It's very, very familiar for anyone who's played Minecraft before. This thing isn't really necessary, and it's hard to use anyway, even with a horse to try and guide it across when you can just do it with a hoe. Like, have I got one in my inventory? I have to put it away somewhere. I don't need it right now. So there we go. So farming is still really, really easy. It's just a matter of digging out the areas. At some point later on, I'm going to have to move water around and then go from there. Water is a problem around here. I'm going to need flowing water later, and I haven't got flowing water. Oh my god, the 2 sharks are still out there. Can you see them over there? They've been cruising around. Every time I come out and do my plants, they cruise up rather close, get a bit too interested in what I'm up to. So there we go. Farming is easy right now. Food is still not a problem. Okay, mining is a little trickier, but not much more. So I may have mentioned before. I'm just gonna put this junk away and get my flour so I can make some more bread and more sandwiches. You finished? You finished, lad? Okay, give me. Can I have the lead? I'm running out of leads. Where are the leads? The leads. If I leave the animal, the lead breaks off, and then it despawns. I've lost all my lead stuff. I've only got 1 lead I'm using for all the animal-driven machines. Minor problem though. Put my stuff away. So let me put this away, and I'm going to the farming stuff, the mining stuff. Right. So in the mod pack in Sevtech, ores are not found under the ground like you would expect normally. You can't just dig down and find coal and everything else. They are existing veins, and I probably mentioned before about not all rocks being equal. What we can see over here, this was one of the stones that was previously on the floor. Let's find a normal stone if we can. No normal stones. There's one over there. There we go. So some of them are just stones. Some of them might be ores. And now that my brain has grown a little bit, I can now recognise certain ones as being other things. So why is it not giving me the name for this? Maybe I need my book on me. Let's get my book, my field manual. No, it's not going to tell me. Usually it tells me. Where's my dowsing rod? No, it's a bit strange. Maybe I have to reload something now to do that. It should tell me what that is. I think you'll find they're cassiterite is what they are. So we've only got a few ores we can recognise right now. There's other ones out there, but I know I can recognise some different versions of tin and copper. Okay, and also coal. So we've got here a field manual, which you get when you first make the dowsing rod, which is very easy. The geolysis field manual. And this tells you lots of things about how to get started and different minerals. So here's cassiterite on page 24. So that is a form of tin. Thank you, Dwarf Fortress, for teaching me these names many years ago. So there we go. Cassiterite, smaller but easier source of tin. It's found between Y44 and 68. So it's easier than, I think, tealite is another one that's on here as well. Anyway, you find patches like this on the surface, and it's getting dark. This means that somewhere in this chunk, you can see where I marked the chunks off here with the blocks here. There are ores. Can you tell me? Cassiterite 2. There we go. That means that this thing scans downwards up to 48 blocks. Or it scans in a straight line, 48 blocks. So in this case, downwards. And there's cassiterite down there. I think it's 2 layers of cassiterite down there, okay? So you have to scan around. Once you see these surface samples, you have to scan around the chunk you're in to find what interesting items are out there. So I've been going around spotting these, and when I find them, I've been using my manual and marking them on the map. There we go. Coal, cassiterite, and various other things. This first one I ever tested was the one over here. It was very, very easy to do. You're still going to tell me what this is. Very strange it's not telling me. Right now, I'm in an empty hand. It used to tell me just before, looking at it, it would tell me what it was. Anyway, so this was the first one I played around with. And what you do, the best thing to do is to get your chunk lines up. So that shows you the corners of your chunks. And you can show a proper green border. So in this chunk here, we know there is cassiterite down there somewhere. In fact, what I did, where I filled this in here, it was the easiest one to find. All I did was I was looking around for this cassiterite. I couldn't find it. I looked down through a hole here before I filled it in. And there it was. Very, very easy to find. I could just literally see it. Now, where's where I've actually dug down? I've actually done a little bit of digging over here. This is bits of tree gone because there's lava down there, and lava spawns lava monsters. Here's my mind. And they came out and they set fire to a lot of stuff. I thought the whole forest was going to go up. Not much fun. Oh, there's something down here. There's a zombie down here somewhere. And a trumpet skeleton. So over here, let's get rid of these lines. This is cassiterite. There you go. Big chunks of it. There's loads of it here. And this stuff's all over the landscape. Very, very easy to find. I'm sure some ores are hard, but this one is very, very easy to find. So I've dug some of this up, and I can smelt it up for what you actually get is chunks. Still using junky pickaxes, but there you go. And that noise there... Do it again. It's like a whoa whoa noise. That is a lava monster somewhere down that thing there. So let's not go and play with them. They're not much fun. So there we go. So you dig it up, and basically one of these will give you, without some sort of grinding, will give you a bar of tin. Nice. Oh, he's out. He's out. Oh, Christ. Why are you out? Out. There we go. Oh, better eat some food then. Let's eat some tasty sandwiches. Get my my grain levels up. Okay. But otherwise, I've done a lot of the quests so far. Age 1, there we go. Excuse me. Not progressed onto the next area because I haven't found copper. But most of this, although I've made some progress, really, I'm still pretty much at the same level where I was when you last saw me. I'm still wearing wolf skin in the majority, still using terrible stone weapons and everything else. We've not advanced that far ahead, but hopefully soon with these ores we'll be able to. So, there we go. First step was I found some cassiterite. Great, we can do that. Then I found some coal, and this is where I discovered a bit more of a problem. Let's find where the coal is. I think it's this chunk over here. Yeah, I found coal surface samples around here. Let's open up my atlas. There we go. Yeah, coal samples around here. Trouble was, I dug down to this chunk, and I dug all the way down to bedrock, and I scanned along the edges of the chunk, and I found no coal down here whatsoever, which was very, very strange. I mean, maybe right down there. Yeah, you good? Okay. Maybe I'm just not searching as hard as I could do, but I could not find, going down there and scanning with this, I just couldn't find any coal down there whatsoever. So I think some of the coal markers on the surface aren't actually correct. I don't know why. I looked online, and that seems to be a thing where sometimes, in theory, there should be stuff down there, but I can't seem to find it. Okay, but that's all right. I found an alternative. So if we head over here, I just kept on searching around the landscape, basically. And over this way, we get there eventually, I found some coal. So that's great. And again, coal in a massive vein. So I've got coal for days. That's not going to be a problem. But what I really need now is copper, is what I need. Because tin's all right, but not... Oh, there we go. Some azurite is what that should say there. I don't know why it's not saying it, but it's not. What is that one? I've not got on my map. Let's do... Did it give me a sample? Sometimes you do that, it gives you a sample of what it is. I don't know why it's not giving me the labels. Bit odd, I'll have to look at that in a minute. Maybe I'll re-log back in again. Hello horses, don't mind me. So I kept searching around, and there's lots of samples of different ores around here. And in fact, over here, where this arch is, I found some more coal signs. So as I was saying, yeah, it's tin's all right, but it's not great really for a building material. I've got some use. Copper's what we need, and more importantly, once we've got copper, we need to make bronze, which is a far superior material. So yeah, here we go. I was just digging down, and I kept on scanning. There you go, coal 5. Pretty easy to search around. Ow. Keep digging down, keep searching for it, and flipping back on myself. And eventually, down here we go. Tons of it. Loads and loads of coal. In fact, I've actually stored it upstairs. But lots down here. In fact, you know what I should really do? I should really make some new torches. I've been surviving on these terrible fibre torches for a long time. They're not very bright, and they need to be, much like myself, and they need to be lit off another torch. But I think we can actually make coal torches now by using a bit of coal and some a fibre torch essentially, and some coal, and we'll make a better torch indeed. But now I think over here we have some azurite, which I'm pretty sure is copper. I mean, like azure is like a green blue, and of course copper oxide is a greeny colour as well. That's a bear. It's only a black bear though. Only a black bear. Black bears aren't too bad. I've not actually had one attack me yet. They make horrible noises when you go near them, but I've not had one attack me. This is definitely azurite. I did meet a brown bear at one point though. I think he came out of my hunting portal which I haven't been into yet. But he was over that way, and I was lucky that he caught himself in the landscape and was hurting himself already, because then he came straight for me, and he's about 4 times bigger than a black bear, and he was pretty nasty. But there you go. Each of his claws is about the size of my hand. Pretty terrifying. So if we look down here, nothing. Let's find the chunk, actually. Where's the chunk? F9 for the borders, and then for the grid. No, this is where the azurite's supposed to be. This is where it's going to prove me wrong now. I definitely found some over here. I did a bit of pre-checking. Maybe it's over here. Azurite 6. There we go. So we're in the chunk. And it seems to be the corners from what I've found searching around. So if we start digging down here, I haven't got very good tools. We don't actually know. It could be, we could have to dig down 48 blocks here. Also, what is that? Is that slate? I'm not getting block names, I think that's a problem. Maybe I've pushed a key by accident and I'm not getting the block names on there. I don't know. I have to look into that. On the coal, I was finding green schist, which is very, very hard stone. And with my rubbish stone pickaxe, wasn't doing much good in chopping through it. I do have, actually, a dark stone pickaxe, which is slightly less durability than the stone one. The dark stone I got from the Darklands, the old laggy lands. But it digs a little bit faster, so I've been using that. Is it still down here? Let's have a look. Ah, okay. So we're going to have to loop back on ourselves. That's great. I've just knocked the thing down. So what you can do is keep digging around like this and just keep searching. It'll probably be quite a big patch. No. So it looks like we have to go back over this way. What is this I'm picking up anyway? Slate. Ow. And marble. Probably marble. Let's have a look. But so far, I've not had too much trouble searching around. There we go. It's down this way. Right. I'm going to go get myself some proper torches, and I'll bring you back. Oh, when I can't get out of my hole. I'll bring you back when I've actually found what I'm looking for. Aha! So nice to see. That's all right. By the way, the names are back as well. It's the problem was, you're probably yelling at me what the answer was, but the problem was it's the numbers I used to start recording on my number pad clashes with removing items on the screen. I nearly pushed the button there, which would have turned off my recording, because that's how stupid I am. I nearly pushed the button to show you which one I meant. But that's why I couldn't see the names of the things on the surface. But there we go, that's all right. Also, by the way, I have some normal torches. It's so nice to see, isn't it? So the way you make these, I don't know if I showed you before how to make these fibre torches, but what you do is you take some plant fibres, which you get all the time just from breaking any plants upstairs, and you get plant twine. You put it like that up there, and you get a bunch of. This is one of the few that you can easily make in your pack, in your hand crafting up here. There you go, bunch of multiple thingies, and then all you do is you combine that with some coal, and each time you get 2 torches for each, which is kind of nice. And just regular torches with regular sort of amounts of light. Yay! Get to the copper. So there've been loads of copper down here. I'll be very pleased to say. It's not too difficult to mine, but I'm really looking forward to having a bronze pick. So, by the way, also, right-clicking with the pickaxe puts a torch down. I've done so many mod packs now, I forget which ones do that and which ones don't, but it's so nice to have that. Also, we are on the border of 2 chunks here, which can also cause confusion about where you should be digging for the ores that you've seen. So, let's just take a little bit of this, and we'll head back, and I'll see if I can... I've not actually used the melter yet. Okay, there's the melter and the heater, which are the basic forms of a bit like the Tinker's smeltery. Yeah, they're a basic. Let's turn this off. The basic smeltery is what they are, but I don't know. Although I've got a channel to go with them, I don't know how to pour stuff out of them and what I can cast ingots into. Sorry if you're getting dizzy, by the way. There we go. Right. Whoops. See, there we go. Now we've got names on them. as we come across. That's nice. And there's some more. Alright, this is probably the next chunk. There's a lot over here, isn't there really? So in fact, if I do this, let me just make a marker for myself. What should we use? Let's use a nice bit of slate, shall we? There we go. And we'll use our new we'll use one of the older torches. That'll do. Use up these old torches. Like that. And on the map I will put, rather than just ores, because I've got this over here, let's delete this marker and we'll put a new marker over here which says copper mine. Lovely. Okay, let's go back to base and we'll see where how I can get maybe some bronze if I can actually cast out the copper and the tin, or mix them together and cast them out, because I still don't know how to do that. So here's the porcelain melter and here's the heater, so we can put some coal in here if I've got any left. There we go. Let's be frugal. I like to be frugal with my stuff. There we go. I don't know if it's going to use it all up or not. Doesn't mean to be heating it because there's nothing in here. Okay. 16 ingots. So let's put a bit of tin in. I can put multiples in. We can just make some bronze straight away. There we go. Like that. Oh, I can only put one of each in. Looks like I'll have to try and pipe stuff into it, or maybe hopper stuff in. That's fine, we can do that. Here's the channels, which I just did whatever with over here. But how do I... So I've now... Okay, so I've got... No bronze. Oh, it's not melted yet. The copper's not melted yet. Okay. Oh, and that just set back the heat of everything. By putting that new one, I expected these to keep progressing. But okay, I've got to bear that in mind. If I put something new in, it will set back the effort of the amount of energy used to do this. So using up coal quite quickly as well. Okay, so what are we cast into? Let's actually look for a cast itself. Oh, okay. Tink, can I make this here? I guess I can. So cast items from a melter, but that'll only be a block. I might not have a block. Cast items using multiple from a smeltery. Can I make this? Now let's see, what's the recipe? Because we don't know how easy this is going to be. Okay, it's the traditional recipe. Oh, I've got to grind it though. And notice this is the millstone, by the way. This is not the horse-powered one. So I'm going to have to use a lot of manual effort to grind this up. But then again, 2 grout. Let's look at that again. It's probably not that bad. From this lot, I get 2 grout, and each grout makes me 1 brick. So it's not too bad. I'm not trying to make a smeltery. Okay, I'm not doing that yet. That's a pain in the bum. So I'll see if I can get around that. Next episode, we're going to look at powering things, and we're going to look at not doing things manually, if at all possible. Okay, I only need to make like 5 of these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7 of these. 7 of these to make enough for a casting basin. Yeah, is this done now? Let's have a look. I've got to get some bronze in here. Oh. It doesn't seem to want to mix, does it? That's frustrating. I thought that... Ah. So scratch that. I don't have to make that yet. I need stage 2. Okay, okay. So, 2 answers to that. First of all, you can't make bronze in a melter, which is kind of stupid because it's just going in together. Yeah, we can make tin or we can make copper. So we can pour out this tin. So a quick sleep in my bed of straw and leaves. I can make copper picks and things like that, and I can make copper plates on this anvil, but I can't actually make bronze yet, which is kind of a shame. So I need to make a casting basin I have to waste this tin, aren't I? Okay, I'll work it out. I'll work it out in a minute. Don't worry about that. Let me go off and do that, and I'll bring you back in a bit to show you where we've got up to with actually casting out the metals we have put so much effort into digging out of the ground. I'm not sure it's actually working properly. So I've got the casting table. This is a channel, and if you look, it shows it's flowing down, but it's not actually flowing anything out. So what I think I might have to do is use this instead. This is more like the typical faucet that we use on, you know, on Tinker stuff. So I'm going to make one of those, I think, and see if it works any better than these. I tried this, by the way. It didn't work, but maybe this one will. Hold on. I need to move this around, but it's not really in the right place, is it, for what I'm trying to do here? No, you don't want to pour out. Maybe there's not enough in there. Let's take this out, which is a terrible waste of fuel, but tough. Put another one in. Maybe it's just I just need more tin in there. Maybe it takes more than one ingot to go into this. We can try that, and if not, then the next step is I will try to run it from here into a channel into here. Yeah, as the next option. Let's see what happens here first, though. Okay, 2 ingots now. It doesn't want to pour out at all. Maybe it can't pour into a Tinker's. Oh! It poured a little bit out. Why did it only pour a tiny bit? 1 ingot and 1 nugget. That isn't going to help very much, is it? I don't understand why these are not working. That's really weird. Well, I got it working, but not really in the way I want it to. So I just put the bucket under this channel here, and it suddenly, well, not bucket, clay barrel, suddenly emptied it out. And it appears to be working. By the way, if you can hear, well, it doesn't keep on pouring. If you can hear woofing in the background, I'm sorry for that about that. It's nearly Guy Fawkes night, or Guy Fawkes Day rather, bonfire night. In the UK, November 5th, and that is when people let off a lot of fireworks, and I love fireworks, but the dog, who's still a fairly recent addition to the family, doesn't, and he hasn't experienced a Guy Fawkes night at bonfire night at our house before. Why did it just say pouring? Why doesn't it just pour and keep on pouring? And he hates it. There we go. It's because I had some item in my hand. He absolutely hates the fireworks, and it's the second night of him really having a bad time. So I'm hoping that this one fills up enough. How many have I put in there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 6. This should be enough for a block. I'm thinking you can't pour out plates from this, or you can't pour out ingots from this, is the problem. And this might solidify into a block now. It worked. Okay. It's not great, is it really? How do I make this stop being molten and become metal? I need to make another one of these possibly. And then have one... I can maybe run it across and have one for tin and one for copper. Unless they mix in there. I don't know. But I don't know how to make... How to make it stop being molten and become... maybe I need a casting basin. Shall I make a casting basin like I did this one? But I'll make a Tinker's casting one. Maybe that will sort it out. I don't know. I'll try that next. Oh! I think I've got it working. I think it's working. Right, okay, okay. So we need to do a mixture of solutions here. Oh, not quite enough. Okay. That's a bit strange, isn't it? How short are we? Like 1. I think did I break this before? Or did I get it out? I can't remember. So if I take this and put it into here, that should be enough to make 1. And what I'll do is I'll then change on, so I'm then just casting into here all the time. I think that's what I'll do. But the annoying thing about it is that lovely. Luckily, tin cools fast. Oh, let's put that over there for now. So I don't think we need this. I was using this outside, especially for catching water. Not like it's rain much around here. Maybe I need to do a rain dance or something. There's the extension. Right, I think we can scrap that. If we scrap this entirely, I reckon we can do this. Do you reckon? And this doesn't really working right now from a smeltery. I mean, it only works from a smeltery only. Let's put in some. What we actually want is copper, don't we? And I think I'll have to, if I hopper it in, I don't think it will work, because every time you add a new one, no, maybe it will. I think I could put a hopper in the top and it will slowly put it through. I was worried that if I keep adding new ones, it will make the heating progress go down. But of course, the time all these 3 will leave at the same time as a new 3 go in, so that should work. Anyway, what do I do with this? So if I put this on here, we don't get tin. We don't get tin ingots. I'm going to go down and check on the dog in a minute because the poor lad is not happy right now. How do I get tin ingots? Can I not get ingots? Can I only get plates? Where do they come from? An ingot. Where do I get ingots from? A cast. Oh, okay. Okay, so stone anvil. Okay, right. Up here somewhere I have one I prepared earlier. A hammer. So put this on here. Progress is being made. And can I pour out of here? But I can't seem to pour out of here into here, which is a little annoying. But I think we can work around it. Okay. No, it's fine anyway. Okay, it's just this thing that isn't quite working properly. Okay, we're making progress. I've got copper coming in. I can do some more in there. Okay, so we've not got bronze yet. But where are we up to now? Have I opened nothing else new up now? No. So I've got to move on to, the alloy. I should have noticed this before, shouldn't I? To make bronze, I need an alloy kiln, working through from there. Progress is being made. Okay. Next episode then, alloys, and on from there. And now I'm going to go and comfort my poor dog, who is not happy with all the bangs and the booms going off. Thanks for watching. I'll see you again next time.